So, hi everyone. Good morning to you from Germany, and I believe also good morning to you from Nigeria as well. My name is Mike, and this is the Migration Truth podcast. We have two very fine guests joining us this morning from Nigeria, and obviously my co-host, as always. Before we proceed, I just would like my co-host to touch on what to expect today. And after that, then our two guests are going to also briefly introduce themselves to us so that we get to know them. So, my co-host, Michael, over to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Mike, and our guest for today. You're very much welcome on this very podcast for this weekend. So, as a matter of fact, we have to invite Susanna and Yvette based on popular demand. We'll be getting feedback from audiences across the different platforms. And I was having a conversation with a friend the other day who told me the story of how he missed out on his visa approval to Germany because he couldn't pass the German language test. It was a very painful one. So, based on that, we saw the need to bring a specialist in this area, Susanna, and Yvette will also be sharing her thoughts so they can let us know how can I, if I want to study abroad, if I want to go work abroad in Germany to be specific, what level of German language proficiency do I need to have to be able to be successful? So that is what we're here to do today. Thank you so much, Mike.
Awesome. So, before we proceed, let's hear from our two special guests, Susanna and our co-founder, Yvette. Yvette, I'll get the right pronunciation of that name. So, Susanna, please.
All right, good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Susanna, like you said, founder of Klein, Deutschland. And today we are going to be speaking on how important it is to be able to speak German or understand German before even thinking of going to Germany. Because a wise man once said, I used to say this a lot. A wise man once said, excuse me, a wise man once said that any plan to go to Germany without learning the German language is plantain chips. So, in order
Wow.
for your plan not to be plantain chips, so it's important for us to actually talk about this topic. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really like that. Yeah. Eh, eh, Yeah, and I think we will also touch on the essence of the German language from the roots, like before you start anything, um, what are those essential things to know? And I'm really happy that you guys are here. Um,
Yeah.
Yvette, let's hear from
Good
you.
morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's nice having me here. My name is Yvette, and I'm from Klein Deutschland, co-founder of Klein Deutschland, and we're here to teach students how not to struggle, seamless traveling, and having their visa, getting to Germany, not looking like a stranger, and not looking like why am I here? Because in Germany, they take their language so serious. And we,
Yeah.
in Klein Deutschland, we make it possible for them that when they get there, they don't look like strangers.
Hmm. So they're not plantain chiefs. Okay. So I think on my part, I'd just like to open the conversation with the essence of the German language. Of course, most people can you can live and survive in Germany without the language, that's for sure. But then the quality of your lifestyle is always going to be different. So when you think about yourself and then other people who can speak the language at various levels, you'll always see the difference. And that, I think, in my opinion, that's a major factor of how what the story you would tell about Germany, if Germany is good, bad, friendly, or whatever people always say. Um, so, Michael, if you allow me, I guess the first question I would like to ask our guest would be, why did you start Klein Deutschland? What made you think it was important for that to exist? And we will then come to the different levels and which one is appropriate for what.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike. So, Klein Deutschland actually started, first of all, number one, out of brokenness. He actually started out of
Yes.
brokenness. I just he actually started out of brokenness in a very small room in Lagos State, actually. And thinking about it now, it's just growing, and yes, we are very happy about the growth. However, the goal of Klein Deutschland is to make sure that those that want to go to Germany happen to experience Germany before even getting there first. You don't have to get to
Makes a lot
Germany
of
before
sense.
experiencing Germany. That is actually the mission of Klein Deutschland at the point as at now. So the
Yeah,
reason why we actually started Klein Deutschland is to be able to empower people that are ready to go to Germany, to be able to equip them with the German language and also the German culture. Because it's a different thing to be able to speak the language. It's a different thing to be able to know how the lifestyle is over there in Germany. So the whole idea now is to let them know, be able to speak the language, and also be able to know how Germans live their lives even before getting there. So they are experiencing Germany even before getting there. And I
yeah.
Okay.
remember some experience with I remember some experience in Germany when I traveled to Germany in 2023, and somehow I missed my way. I was trying to find my way in Germany, and somehow my German ran away. Like I did not know what to say.
Yeah,
I did
it
not know what to
happens.
say again. So
Yeah.
I approached this man and I was like, "Oh, hi, sorry, good evening. I am," and he told me I don't speak English. In English, I'm like,
Welcome to Germany.
confused.
Literally.
Oh,
So
good.
at that point, I said, "No, nobody has to go through what I went through." So that's
Hmm.
actually one of the reasons why we started Klein Deutschland, and so far we've been able to equip at least a few people already. Thank
Hmm.
you.
Hmm. Okay. And Yvette, what is it for you? What are you passionate about Klein Deutschland, and what's the significance that you see in the life and the quality of people who go through your startup?
Okay, so Klein Deutschland, as she said, so just a one day coming out and seeing how passionate Susanna is with German. She always tell me, trust me, I've not gone to Germany before. But because of Susanna, it's as if I've gone to Germany. Like how their bread is, how they are very special, how they have a place for beer and all that. I know all that. So without going to Germany, it's as if I've been in Germany before. But what stood out for me in Klein Deutschland is that Susanna, as a founder and as a co-founder, watching her and nurturing this Klein Deutschland to grow to the level it is now. One thing I love about her as a founder is that she's passionate. For anyone that comes to Klein Deutschland to come and learn language and prepare themselves to go to Germany, they know that they have a very lovely CEO. And me, as the co-founder, I know she has a very good passion for it. Presently, that was what drew me to tell her that okay, I want to start German language. And for other
Mhm.
students, she made it easy for people to learn German language. Hearing the German from other people, I'll be like, can I just speak this language? But her speaking it and making it easy for other students to learn it, making the environment jovial and lively for them to learn it, is making me
Yeah.
to have passion for it too. And here in
Hmm.
Klein Deutschland, we make our students learn step by step. We don't rush it,
Yeah.
step by step, not because they want to go to Germany to go and learn or to go and study, but to
Hmm.
feel Germany, to feel the culture, to
Yeah.
feel the part of Germany that they won't even think of. Okay, because some of them just go there to do education and come back, but we make them feel the Germany here in Nigeria, like telling them
Hmm.
the culture, telling them how they take their culture very special, telling them how they take their language very special, like the narration she just made now. How can
Yeah.
somebody tell you I don't know how to speak English with English? Like,
Like how?
uh, So we have to,
Ah,
we don't want our students to go through that. When they go there, they
Yeah,
should be confident. So we build that confidence in them. We build that
yeah.
self-awareness in them that this is where you're going to and this is what you're going to see. So we prepare them ahead.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that's one
Yeah.
thing that is making Klein Deutschland to stand out.
and out.
We make our
Mm-hmm.
students to talk fluently, be confident in the language, and even in their culture. So
100%.
that's what stands out for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Michael, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling so passionate about German right now. How about you?
Lie.
So over to you, Michael. I'll let you take it up from here now, so we go deep
Yeah,
into
I can feel the energy, and there's so much passion here, and I'm getting very curious myself.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But now, just on the lighter note, Susanna, what if you want to say good morning, my friends? How can I say it in Germany?
Guten Morgen, mein Freund, or Guten Morgen, meine Freundin, depending on who you are talking to. Meine Freundin is for a female friend. Mein Freund is for a male friend. But Guten
Wow,
Morgen is yeah.
wow, wow, that sounds so nice. Okay, now, the German Institute. I don't know if if I can call it an institute or something like a learning school or whatever it's called now. The arrangement
An
is in
institute,
Nigeria.
yes, I would say an institute.
Now, what are the requirements basically for somebody who wants to come and learn the German language from your institute?
Oh, the requirements is just the willingness to learn. If
The
you are starting
passion for
from
the
A1,
language.
you really don't have to.
Can you hear
You
me,
really don't
please?
have to know.
Yeah, yeah, we can hear
Yes,
you.
yes, we can
Yeah,
hear you loud and clear. What I'm saying is that if you are going to be starting from scratch, which is from A1 level, you really don't need any other thing apart from the willingness to learn, the willingness to be consistent, the willingness to put in the work, the willingness to be able to
yeah,
say, yes, I want to actually do this, to be able to not give up along the line, because I've seen some people that maybe after 2 weeks they are like, this language is hard, this language is
yeah.
hard, I can't do it.
Mm,
But if you're
mm-hmm.
able to put in that work and you're willing to learn, that is like literally the only requirements that we need from sorry, from our students in Klein Deutschland. We just need them to be able to put in the willingness to learn and to be able to just be consistent,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
staying is better to learn for like 15 minutes in a day than learning for 2 hours in 7 weeks. That actually would not help. So if
mm-hmm.
one has the willingness to actually put in at least a few minutes every day, be consistent about, even if it's not every day, at least almost every day, at least to be consistent about it. That is like the only requirement that we need in calendar Deutschland.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would like to just touch on the
Now, okay, you
point.
know, I mentioned.
Now go on,
Okay,
Mike.
go ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to
Okay,
just say
like I
before.
was thinking about my friend who missed out on the visa approval. You want to go on, Mike?
Yeah, okay. Let me go on then. I just wanted to touch on this point before I forget it, the
Okay.
aspect of just feeling like you are in Germany before you come here. That is really
Yeah.
important. And I think that also helped me a lot when I moved to Germany 11 years ago. I didn't know so much about Germany then, but I was just open-minded, so I didn't have any perception to say, oh, this is what I am expecting, so to speak. So you can do it in two ways. It's either you expose yourself to the culture, the people, the language before you come, then it's not a strange land when you come because you're already familiar with some of the things. Or you don't have any sort of expectations. You are open, you are more curious, you're more inquisitive, you want to learn, you want to understand. And when
Apologies,
something
my
happens,
network went off for a minute.
okay, what was the last thing you heard?
Can everyone hear me?
Mm,
Sorry.
Yeah, we
yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Sorry, my network went off for a minute.
All right. So I was saying, I just wanted to touch on that point, the essence of getting yourself exposed to the culture, the language, the people, the concept. Or if you don't have that opportunity, that you're just open to learn. That when you arrive, whatever you hear, whatever you feel or experience, that you don't just begin to judge, but that serves as a learning curve for you because you're still discovering the place. And I think if people would have this sort of mindset, then it would make their experience in Germany really different from what most other people would say. So, Michael, over to you. That's what I wanted to touch on. Hmm. I think there's a bit of lag. And Michael, you're still muted, so maybe
Yeah,
his network is, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's
Okay,
network.
yeah. Then I guess maybe until he comes back,
it's
then
breaking.
what I would like you guys to maybe explain from your point of view, what do you, these different levels, B1, B2, and C1, how does it apply in everyday situations
Okay.
for someone who's preparing to come to Germany? Yeah, and he
Oh.
finally went off.
Susanna, can you hear us?
Okay, so maybe until Susanna comes back,
Sorry, I didn't get
um,
that, Mike.
yes, I was asking from your experience, what do you think for someone who's coming to Germany from
Yeah,
Nigeria?
network.
Yeah. Mm. All right, we'll just wait until she comes back. But maybe
Yeah.
Yvette, you can tell us a bit about your experience so far. What are the typical levels that the people that are going through Klein Deutschland, and from your opinion, what's the minimum German level that you feel like the people need to have for them to come to Germany? I mean, as you can imagine, one comes to Germany for different reasons,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. For
the level
education,
might be needed. Yeah.
anything. But for me, and looking at how everything is going, I feel anyone that wants to go to Germany, anyone that is passionate about German language or want to go and study in Germany, I feel the best level, if even though the person doesn't want to like really go into it like that, if they're going for another thing, if not education, the best level the person could acquire before moving to Germany should be
Mm-hmm.
B2.
B2.
Yeah, should be B2 because like A1 now, A1 is just beginning. Like you don't really know the deep things. You just know how to greet, Guten Morgen and all that. But B1, B2 will give you more insights, give you more things to know about Germany, how to communicate in some levels. So that
Mm-hmm.
when you get there, you won't be like a stranger. Like you said before, you can live in Germany without speaking German, but your lifestyle will be so different.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're someone that is passionate, you want to go there, you love the language, and you want to go there and make waves, you need to start at least with B2.
Yep. True. True.
Yeah.
Susanna, if you're back, then maybe you can also touch on the
Yes,
points
I'm
which,
back.
yeah. So we're talking about the level that one needs for, yeah, before coming to Germany. What level do you think it's essential, regardless of your purpose of
Okay,
coming to Germany?
okay, regardless of your purpose of coming to Germany. All right, so um, I would always say that the level required is actually quite different, depending
Mm-hmm.
on what you're actually going to do in Germany. Most of the time,
Yep.
family reunion is just A1 and all that. But when you get to Germany, is A1 actually enough for you to actually stay? Will you get
Mm-hmm.
jobs? You will not get jobs. I
Yep.
had a student that actually came back, after doing A1, and then she traveled. She reached out again that she needed to learn from A to Y because she was unable to get a job in
Yep.
Germany
Mm-hmm.
without
Mm-hmm.
B1 at least. That she would, she was very skilled, very passionate about what she does and everything. And then she would get into the interview room, and the interviewer starts speaking German, and then she does not understand what they are saying because she can only say a few basics in the German language. So
Yeah.
she had to come back and start again from A2 upward because she was unable to get a job. She was literally living on her savings. So regardless of what you are going to do in Germany, I always advise that apart from A1 or A2, be able to speak German in a way that you won't get lost, in a way that you
Mhm.
won't feel like you won't just survive, but you will live. You won't just go
Yeah.
to Germany and not be surviving. You would actually go there and be happy that you are staying in Germany. Not that you want to go out, you are thinking about it, you want to go to an interview, you are thinking about it, you want to apply for a job, you feel like you're not qualified because you cannot speak the language and all that. Yes, most of the time, sometimes they actually allow you to, just go with A1. But when you get there, is A1 actually enough? They can say, okay, you
True.
have A2, okay, you can go. But when you get there, is A2 actually enough? It's actually not enough. So regardless of what you are going to do in Germany, I always advise that be able to speak German in a way that you can blend with the community that you are in and not just survive. Be able to live there and be able to know that yes, you are comfortable where you are. Not that you are counting
Mhm.
days of maybe when you will learn or maybe when you will travel again to a country that does not speak German. Like
Yep.
a lot of people avoid Germany because of this language barrier. A lot of people just say, oh, they don't want to go to Germany. I once heard somebody say, I want to go to UK or maybe US. And I'm like, okay, how about Germany? Germany has a really amazing economy and you'll be able to thrive there even with your skills. And it's like, language barrier. I don't want to go there because of language barrier. And I'm like, you can always learn the language. Learn the language. That is
It's
how
an
you will
option.
survive in Germany.
Yeah. Yeah. So Michael, you're back. If you're back and you can hear us, yeah, please go on.
Yes, I can hear you. The network today has not been friendly, but so
Oh,
I'm excited to be back. Yeah, I just heard Susanna mention about the economy of Germany. As a matter of fact, I think the last time I checked, Germany has about, is it the fourth largest economy in the world, and then the
yes,
largest economy in Europe.
yes.
So,
Right.
but a lot of persons are not aware of this. My friend, I was trying to say, said he was in, I think he did his German language training in Lagos. And then he
Mhm.
said, now, when he leaves the class and he returns home, nobody is speaking the language. Everything he has been taught in class tend to disappear once he arrives home. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. And so I wanted to know from Susanna, this is a challenge of a learner. If you are like in a country like maybe Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, where they don't speak the German language, the moment you are leaving the class, the first person you are meeting is either how far or Yoruba or Hausa. Just unintentionally try to wipe out what you've learned from your. How best can one really learn this language for
Okay.
retention and then to perfect it and at
Sorry,
that
sorry,
level of proficiency?
Susanna. Sorry, before
Okay.
you say something, let me say something.
Please.
Okay, so according to that, I have an experience in that, so not really German, but in French. Okay, if you should hear the name Yvette, so is a French name. So if a French girl coming to Nigeria, can you imagine? Just stating an example. If a French girl coming to Nigeria, stay in Nigeria, I have all the French in my head. And just coming to Nigeria, the first thing I'm hearing is, how are you? How you doing? Consistently, everything I've learned about French will be leaving my brain small, small if I don't have anybody to communicate with.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that goes with German. And German goes way far because French now, once in a while, I can just tease Susan with French. But German is rare for you to see a German man in Nigeria speaking German to you.
Yeah.
They would definitely want to speak English to you because they feel it's English speaking country. So why am I speaking German?
Hmm.
So this is where
Hmm.
Klein Deutschland comes in. When you come to Klein Deutschland, we are not speaking English to you. Susan doesn't speak English to me. That sometimes she will come to my place, she just be like, Guten Morgen. I say, I will just tell her, I've come again, no. but she wants that communication, that frequent communication will help you. Mike knew
Yeah.
this, and I don't know, he's not here now.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'm adding him back on the stage.
Okay.
He's back.
Yeah.
He's back.
So I feel,
Okay.
can you hear me? Michael, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you
Okay,
now.
so I feel the best thing that will help that person, the person should make his environment aware of what he's doing and should intentionally speak the language, communicate with the language,
Hmm.
even if it's
Yeah.
difficult, even if what you're saying is not really making sense. Because when Susanna started speaking German to me, I told her, I was like, oh wow, this is coincidence. I wanted to go to Germany, but because of the language barrier, I couldn't even try A1. But now I have to, because they are speaking German to me, and I really want to learn because of the passion I see in her, because of the zeal, the intentionality I see in her. So one thing the person has to do, the intentionality, the passion,
Hmm.
the zeal for it.
Yeah.
So when you come out of that class, be conscious of what you have learned. Practice it. Even if the next person beside you doesn't know how to speak German, speak it to the person. And the person will be shocked. Instant, the person will be like, what are you saying? But you just be like, if I say this, you say this to me back. Just like greeting the person, Guten Morgen. And the person will be like, what is Guten Morgen? You say it's good morning. So the person too should tell you Guten Morgen. So by
Hmm.
practicing it, you get used to it. And gradually, you'll be fluent with the language. So Susanna, you can take over.
All right. Okay. Michael has been locked out again due to network, but I'll just say
Yeah.
this. Apart from what Yvette has said, yes, Yvette made a very amazing point. Me personally, at some point, they say I used to oppress people with German. They say I used to oppress people with German, and that, oh, because I can speak German now, I'm speaking it everywhere. I will still speak it. So, but what I would just like to add to what Yvette has said is that try to, as a German language student, try to immerse yourself in the language. Listen to German podcasts, German music. I literally have an entire playlist that I named Deutschland on my Spotify. I listen to it from time to time just so that I can hear how they speak, how they communicate, how they use their words and everything. And also, you can watch German movies. You can
Yeah.
maybe there are some German movies on YouTube. You can start with Extra of Deutsch. Extra of Deutsch helped
Hmm.
me when I started learning German, and I always recommend it to my students as well. What Extra of Deutsch is a comedy, so it's not boring. It's something that
Hmm.
you would definitely laugh, and
Hmm.
it's very, very, very helpful. It's very helpful because once you start, learning language and you start listening to, you are able to pick some things. You are able to, get yourself immersed in the language. So movies, music, podcasts in German can really,
Yeah.
really help. And there are also some maybe AI tools that can help with your speaking. You're speaking to them, you're speaking to you back. So in that
True.
case, I don't think the German would leave your head like that. Yes, it might
Hmm.
not be as effective as staying in Germany or staying in a German speaking country, but these these materials actually do help. So that's
Hmm.
actually what I just wanted to add to what Yvette said.
Yeah. I know many people watching right now, they'll be saying, "Oh, you guys have been saying German this, German that. Why not speak the German? Let's hear what and if you guys can also speak the German." So we will come to that shortly, and that's the reason why you should keep watching until the end so you don't miss it, so you get to hear when we will switch fully to German. But before that, I'd like to also touch on, yeah, these different levels of German. Um, so one thing I've noticed here in Germany is that when you are applying for jobs, um, you will always see in many cases where they put at least B2 German, some cases C1 German. Uh, I like people that are watching this to keep this in mind. There, there is one thing, the German which you have on paper, and then there's the other thing, the reality, how you work, everyday lifestyle. It doesn't make any sense that you have a B2 or C1 German language certificate, but when it comes to really using it every day, It's either you don't want to do it, or you don't feel confident in doing it, or you just can't use it. I like to always think the reverse. What's more important than having the certificate is that you actually practice the German language. And that goes back to the point which the two of you just mentioned now. Immersing yourself as much as possible in German speaking environment. In my case, when I came to Germany at first, somehow in me, I just wanted to soak myself in the language because I felt it's gonna be cool to speak, like other people. It would be really cool to just speak German like other people. I felt, okay, I could speak English, but here's not an English speaking country. My study program is in German, so I could study 100%. Sorry, my study program is in English language. I could study 100% in English, and I could still find my way around in pretty much in English. But I'm someone who um, I like when I go to Rome, I want to behave like the Romans.
Like
I
Yeah.
don't know
Romans,
why I
yeah.
do that, but I just feel like it's then you understand the people, you blend better, and you don't just complain like a foreigner. To add on top of that, one of my professors back then in the uni, he told me that when you go somewhere and you begin to speak a different language that's not German, like English, then it looks like on your forehead it's written foreigner. In as much as we're a foreigner, not everyone likes to be called a foreigner because there's kind of this type of um, there's this type of well, I say connotation that comes with that to be called a foreigner, even though in practice you are, because if you are not in your home country, then you are a foreigner, regardless of the political correctness or incorrectness of that term. But that's the fact. So the way not to appear like that is to be able to speak the language like the people. Um, then, oh, someone is already speaking German to us on the call. Let me put that so that we can see. Hallo zusammen. Ich heiße Dev aus Indien, wohne in
Indian in
Rajasthan.
Raja.
Hallo
Hello,
Dev, ja.
Dev. Hello, Dev.
So, Dev, sehr schön, dass du dabei bist. Falls du Fragen hast, dann
Yeah.
gerne auch in Kommentare hinterlassen. Wir sind da für dich. So, I like this. I mean, Dev is learning German and he's probably planning to move to Germany and he's already flexing his muscle.
So,
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. So, coming back to what I was saying, um, yeah, for sure, get the certificate, but more importantly is to practice it. Because what would it be like if you got a job and the colleagues are speaking to you in German and you just really find it difficult to cope? You understand? And for job, visa, or studies, the requirements, especially for studies and visa, they're pretty straightforward. By straightforward, I mean if it's a B2 or B1 or whatever it's required, if you have it, you will get the study position, you will get the visa. But for job, it's a bit tricky. You will get the job, but how about the performance? My point being, um, pay more attention to practicing, and then of course get your certification so that you get the job, the visa, or whatever it is that is required. So that's what I wanted to say on that. Susan, or Susanna, what would be your take on how much is enough for job, studies, or visa?
all right. Yes, like you said earlier, you have literally just mentioned what I had actually wanted to mention. Yes, once for study, it's actually quite easy. Once you get the language certificate, you go. Sometimes you just get the language certificate just so that you'll be able to travel. And most of the time, even the instruction, the language of instruction can be English, right? However, there are some
Yep.
courses that the instruction language also can be German, and in that case, of course, you need to do extra. You need to communicate. But in cases where your language of instruction is English, probably don't need to do much, except of course if the person wants to behave like you and wants to behave like
Mm-hmm.
Romans, right? And which
Mm-hmm.
I actually advise anyway, which I would actually advise. But in cases of jobs, is quite is a different ballgame because you
Yeah.
learn the language, you travel, or you get the certificate, you travel, but at some point you might not be able to actually communicate in German to to the extent which they actually require. So it's best to still practice. It can never be too much. Just practice and practice and practice. Which, like I
Mm-hmm.
said earlier, immerse yourself in the language, listen to German music, watch movies in German without subtitle. You can maybe use subtitle the first time, watch it again without subtitles so that you can pick what they are
Yeah.
saying. Listen to audios, listen to podcasts in German. These are the things that could help um, people that want to learn the language. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Yvette, you are currently actively learning the German language. What have been your challenges so far? Because most of the people who are watching this now are gonna, or who will watch it later, they are also people who are learning German. What are the challenges that you faced so far, just from your experience, and what tips have you been using to overcome these challenges?
Okay, so the number one challenge is how to communicate. You know,
Okay.
situation whereby you know what to say is in your head. Like you have all the sentences in your head. But how to just open this your mouth without saying rubbish? How to open mouth and speak, say it out is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll walk up to her, I'll have all the sentences written in my head. I'll just come to her, and the next thing I'll say is hello. And she starts smiling.
Well,
She's
that's
smiling.
the first step.
Exactly. She'll start smiling and say, okay, keep it up. And I say, Guten Morgen. She will not start smiling again. I'll be like, okay. So one thing that is quite difficult for me is to how to, because I'm already used to English, used to some other Nigerian fluent, and just imagine me wanting to switch to another man's language. My brain, my
Mm-hmm.
system, everything is trying to say, what's this lady trying to bring to us? So
Mm-hmm.
the difficulties is like how to comprehend and how to be intentional about speaking language, like communication,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
communication, how
yeah,
to speak it out. Some people will be like, I don't want to say rubbish, but she has made me consistently know that just speak it, say the
yeah,
rubbish out. That's
yeah.
where your first learning starts from. That's how I learned how to do and Guten Morgen, hello, and other things that I've learned for the
Mm-hmm.
start, like for beginners.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel the
Mm-hmm.
difficulties there is how to switch to the
Yeah,
language that you don't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the big one because it's like a
That
chicken
I
and
beg
egg
we dey busy
situation.
oh.
It's like a chicken and egg
I go call am
situation.
later, abeg I dey meeting.
Yeah, some people are traveling season over there. Uh, we have so Mr. Dev is still firing us with more German, which I like very much. We're going to read that shortly. Susan, I'll let you read that. But before that, I wanted to just touch on Yeti's point. Um, it's like a chicken and egg situation. You have to speak it for you to learn it, for you to improve on it. And if you are scared of making mistake, then you will not speak it and you could not learn it. So you just have to let it out. And one thing I've learned is that the Germans, they are very tolerant when it comes to the language. From my experience, I've not had any feeling that, oh, what you said was incorrect, or you didn't use the right grammar, or you didn't use the right article. No, you will just flow. And even though in your head you will observe that you've made one or two mistakes or even more, it's like for every time you make one mistake, it records in your head and you know the correct thing to say next time. And that way you know that you're really learning. But if you don't let it out, then you have no idea how it's going to sound or what you need. You will always have what you want to say in your head, but you need to convert that or translate it into German and then let it out. And the key thing there is just let it flow because the more it flows, then you identify your mistakes and then you correct it the next time and it can only get better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Susanna, would you like to read the new comment from Mr. Dev from India?
Mr. Dev is actually doing well. Ich lerne
Yeah,
Deutsch. Ich lerne Deutsch, weil ich nach Deutschland arbeite. Wow. Ich bin Krankenpfleger. Mein Niveau ist gerade A2. Wow, that's sehr interessant. Mein Deutsch nicht gut. Ja, mein Deutsch ist nicht so gut. Aber ich versuche jeden Tag Deutsch lernen. Yeah, that's actually very perfect. You should learn the
yeah,
German every day, like every day, literally.
100%. Yeah. Mr. Dev, das ist wirklich sehr schön. Also du übst schon die Sprache und du traust dich, die Sprache zu, also du traust dich im Deutsch auszudrücken. Das heißt, du hast dich jetzt vorgestellt, dass du Deutsch lernst, weil du nach Deutschland kommen wirst, um zu arbeiten. Du bist Krankenpfleger, vielleicht in India, deine Heimat, und dein Niveau ist gerade A2. Das
Yeah,
ist gut, na, wenn du A2 Niveau hast und du kannst so schreiben, dann das ist natürlich sehr schön. Dein Deutsch ist nicht so gut, wirklich dein Deutsch ist gut. Also es gibt nichts als mein Deutsch ist nicht so gut. Wir lernen
yeah,
alle Deutsch. Und das heißt, es kann noch besser werden, wenn du das übst. Ja, versuch mal Deutsch täglich zu lernen. Das ist der Weg. Genau. Susanna, was hast du denn dazu zu sagen? What would you like to
yeah,
say
yeah,
to
yeah. This
Mr.
Deutsch
Dev?
is okay. Like I said earlier, I would actually like to say you should keep doing what he's doing. You should keep doing what he's doing. You should keep practicing. You should keep reading. You should keep watching movies in German. You should keep listening to podcasts in German. You should keep doing what he's doing.
Genau,
He's doing very well.
genau. Oh, by the way, the whole time I did not mention our platform, Setlinn. So if you're watching this from Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, wherever, we are building Setlinn as a platform to see that this conversation and many more conversation that we have continues. Setlinn is a platform that we developed about 2 years ago to connect and inform people about studying and working abroad. I'm going to share my screen very briefly. Um, Interestingly, I can't. Let's see if I can actually share a screen. So we can just show Setlinn very briefly to all. And I think would also be interesting for Klein Deutschland as well, because the essence here is that platform where you can actually go and connect with other people. Oh, by the way, this is the post about this event that was made on Setlinn. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we
So
can.
this is the platform that we are developing to see that we get practical about everything, studying and moving abroad, working abroad, whatever it is that's going to take you abroad. And Germany is one of the key countries or key destination locations. On Setlink, you can find information on various topics by simply using the search button here. If you would type Germany there, you will find different contents that people have posted over the years, the weeks, the month about Germany, for example. You can go through the list or you can go to the blog and find interesting blog articles written about different topics. For example, from learning German to falling in love with Germany. So we have articles written by different people based on their experience in Germany. And you can also find some gist posts. Gist post is more like short post that just goes on a particular topic and categorized in countries. I think for what we are doing, what's more relevant in this case would be for groups. If you are learning German, you want to move to Germany at some point, then you can find one or more groups that are based on, living in Germany, relocation to Germany, and all that. But in general, our vision here is to see that you are not on your migration journey alone. When you think work abroad, when you think study abroad, where is that platform that you want to go to connect with other like-minded people like yourself so that you're not flying from one Facebook group to another, from one Telegram group or WhatsApp group to another, that you spend your time on a media platform which is essentially focused on informing you, giving you access to a community, and very importantly, connecting you with verified service providers. And speaking about verified service providers, one last question that I would like to touch on to you guys would be, what has been your experience regarding people who provide services to, let's say, your candidate or people that you know in general who want to come to study or move to Germany? But before that, I would like to, get your opinion on what you think about settling. How do you see settling, as a tool when it comes to helping people who want to move to Germany? What are your thoughts on it? So who would like to go first? Susanna, Yvette, any one of you can go first.
Okay. So please, can you come again?
Yeah, so I was asking, what do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on the platform like Settling that is connecting and informing people about studying and working abroad, including moving to Germany? How do you What do you think about having such a space that people can come together and connect with other like-minded people? For example, we had Mr. Dev tuning in from India. He's
Mm,
obviously not in Nigeria. And the goal of settling would be for someone like him who's already on the path to moving to Germany, that he can connect with people in other parts of the world that are on the same journey as well, so that they can exchange, get to know each other, but also connect with people like myself who are already in Germany, have experience here, have lived here for years, that you know that you are going to a platform that you will find the right people who have answers to the question that you're looking for. But most importantly, they are either on that journey that you are going, or they've done it before, and you can easily connect and network with them.
mm. It's a nice idea and it's absolutely good. Like for you to move to Germany and having a community like Setlinn, it's a nice thing. And like we said earlier, it's better you experience Germany before you get to Germany.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
you won't feel
100%.
yeah. So it's a wonderful thing for you to be in a community for of people that have the same vision, the same goal. It makes you to grab what you're doing fast. It speed up your vision and your mission to get there. Making it easy for you to communicate with the same minded people. So it's for
Mm-hmm.
me, it's really, really, really a wonderful idea to be in those kind of community. So it gives someone the hint. It gives
Yeah,
like me now. It will give me the idea that, oh wow, this is how Germany will actually be like.
exactly. That you can connect with people who are
Exactly,
there where you want
and
to go to.
you will have people that are having the same mission to go to that same place you're going to. So it's somehow easy for you having the same people having the same goal, because there's a say that say if you want to go fast, go alone. But
Yeah,
if you want to go far, go with people. Not just
100%.
people of the same mindset, people
Yeah.
of the same goal, people of the same mind, people of the same vision. So
Yeah.
having community like that will fast track your process. Just imagine you coming to that community every morning, every day, chatting in German language, communicating in German language. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
we are in different continents, different countries, which we are speaking different language. Like Nigeria,
Yeah.
for instance, we're speaking English. But if you have yourself like opportunity to see yourself in those room or those community, that you'll be able to
Mm-hmm.
speak that language where you're going to, like a
Yeah.
German language now, for like practical aspect of a German language. If you come to
Mm-hmm.
Settling, come to Klein Deutschland, you can be able to relate. They won't tell you that we don't understand what you're saying because they have the same goal with you. So it
Yeah.
will help you and it will fast track your progress and your process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like we have Mike who's back. So Mike, if you're back, maybe we're gonna round up soon. Susanna is also like out. I can't see Susanna anymore. But I was just showing our guests from Klein Deutschland what we've been building in the last 2 years, settling just to also get their take on the platform, so that people understand that after a conversation like this, that's not everything. There is still the community that you can now get practical. And it still goes back to what we said before, and not just speaking or learning once and not practicing, but having an environment where you can truly practice the language. Yeah, so that's what we were just touching on before you joined us again. So good. I will stop sharing the screen now and then we can wrap it up for this morning. Is Susan back? Yes, Susan is back and she's
Yes,
backstage.
Yeah, Susan is back.
Susanna is back.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
Susan, I
then
Hello.
good, good. Okay, so I guess we're gonna wrap it up gradually for the session. It's really great that um you guys took the time to join us on this our weekly podcast. Mike, if you're there, please feel free to jump in. I'm not sure when the network is stable for you, so if you're there, feel free to jump in. But yeah, go on, please.
Oh, too bad. The network has not been great today. It just kept on kicking I and Susanna out every now and then. So
Yeah.
it feels great to be back. So I wanted to ask about the different, the A1 test, the B2 test, and all the different language tests that one is expected to take. But man, that has already has been overtaken by event. I don't know if we have to reschedule again for us to discuss on those tests that one is expected to take for scholarship job, for study, for work, for residency permit. What are these tests and what are they meant for? Maybe that could be for another day. I don't know because the time
Yeah.
is fast spent.
Yeah, we definitely would have to do another session where we get practical and break down the different steps. And I think it would be nice for Klein Deutschland also to give us an overview of how the process goes. If someone wants to learn German and comes to them, what can they expect from Klein Deutschland, and what is Klein Deutschland expecting from the candidates, and then just giving the full walkthrough. So guys, um, I need
I
not
can
to
hear
tell you
you.
to. Can you guys hear me? Yvette, can you hear me?
yeah,
Susanna, can you
yeah.
hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
yes, I can. I
yeah.
can.
So I need not to tell you to connect with us across all media platforms to be sure that you do not miss out on the next stream which you're going to have, and we'll have the guests to join us and give us the details about Blind Deutschland. So I think we can go on and on because there's so many things to talk about, but it's Saturday and I'm sure everyone wants to jump on to the next thing. So I'll let you girls wrap it up. Yvette, Susanna, what would be your final words before we wrap up the session for this Saturday morning?
Susanna,
Okay,
go.
so thank you for having us. Okay. You better say something.
No, no, go first. Go first.
Okay, okay. So thank you for having us. Thank you for having Klein Deutschland. We are very happy to be here, and of course, we would love to do this again. Final words for our audience um, is what I said at the beginning, that any plan to go to Germany without learning the German language is plantain chips.
Plantain
So
chips.
the first step, the very first step of going to Germany, going to a German speaking country, is to first of all learn German, not booking your visa, not gaining your admission. The first step is to learn the German language. Yvette.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mike. Thank you, Michael, for having us. We are glad to be here, Klein Deutschland. And one thing I will tell our audience is when you want to learn German, don't see it as a very strange thing that you want to go and learn. Be open, be passionate, and you see it very easy for you.
100%, 100%. Michael, if you're there, maybe final words before we wrap it up for the morning.
Yeah, just to thank our guest for today for importing Germany all the way to Nigeria and West Africa, bringing it closer home and providing these services here. I don't know what would have been the fate of so many people without platforms like Klein. I don't. Please pardon me. I can't call the name. Your
Hi.
institute, what you're doing. So thank you so much for the great work. We'll continue to. We'll hope to see you again. See you again soon. Thank
Yeah.
Okay.
Of
All
course.
right
Thank
then,
you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you very
for
much.
sure.
you.
Yeah, and thanks to everyone watching us across the various media platform. Yeah, please feel free to share this video with anyone that you feel needs to watch it. And for sure, if you haven't signed up on Setlinn, by all means, do that. And if you have any questions, wherever you're watching this from, feel free to leave a comment or ask the question in the comment section. But besides that, we wish you a nice Saturday, a nice weekend, and we hope you will join us next week because we are here every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. West African time. Until then, bye for now.